Deep within an ancient forest, nestled among towering trees and sparkling streams, lay a hidden grove. Sunbeams danced upon a clearing. In the center rested a crystal ball, glowing softly. It whispered secrets to the wind. The animals knew. The birds knew. Even the smallest insects knew the crystal ball held a magic beyond imagination. It was the crystal ball of the guardian, protector of the forest. This guardian was not a fearsome dragon or a powerful wizard. No, the guardian was a tiny, fluffy squirrel named Pip. Pip had bright eyes and a tail as big as he was. Don't let his size fool you. Pip was brave and kind. He spoke to the butterflies and understood the language of the owls. The forest held no secrets from Pip.
Pip, the crystal ball is in danger.
One day, while Pip was gathering acorns, the great oak at the edge of the grove trembled. Its leaves rustled, though no wind blew.
Pip, the crystal ball is in danger!
Pip scurried down the branches, his heart pounding.
What is wrong, great oak? Who would dare threaten the crystal ball?
A shadow has fallen upon the forest. The once vibrant and lively woods now lay under a thick blanket of darkness, casting an eerie silence over the land. The trees, once full of life, now stood as mere silhouettes against the dim light, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves as unseen creatures moved through the underbrush. A creature of darkness seeks to steal the crystal ball's magic. This creature, with eyes that glowed like embers in the night, moved with a sinister grace. It was said to be born from the very shadows that now plagued the forest, a being of pure malevolence. Its presence sent shivers down the spines of all who sensed it, a harbinger of doom that sought to plunge the world into eternal night. Pip, you must find the moonstone flower. The task was daunting, but Pip knew it was his destiny. The moonstone flower was no ordinary bloom. It was a rare and magical plant that held the power to dispel the darkness. Finding it would not be easy, as it was hidden deep within the heart of the forest, in a place where few dared to venture. Its light is the only thing that can banish the darkness. The moonstone flower's glow was said to be as bright as the full moon, a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. Legends spoke of its ability to drive away evil and restore balance to the world. Pip had heard these stories many times, but now he had to make them a reality.
Fear pricked Pip's small chest. The moonstone flower. The very thought of it filled him with both hope and dread. He had never seen it before, but he knew that without it, the forest would be lost forever. The weight of his responsibility pressed down on him, but he knew he could not falter. It was a legend, said to bloom only under the light of the full moon in a distant part of the forest. This part of the forest was shrouded in mystery, a place where the moonlight barely penetrated the thick canopy of leaves. It was a place of ancient magic, where time seemed to stand still and the air was thick with enchantment. But Pip was the guardian. He had been chosen for this task, and he could not let fear hold him back. His heart swelled with determination as he thought of the crystal ball and the power it held. He knew that he had to protect it at all costs, for it was the key to saving the forest and all who lived within it. He had to protect the crystal ball. The crystal ball was more than just a magical artifact. It was a symbol of hope and light. Pip held it close, feeling its warmth and energy flow through him. With the moonstone flower and the crystal ball, he knew he could banish the darkness and restore the forest to its former glory. The journey ahead would be perilous, but Pip was ready to face whatever challenges lay in his path. Taking a deep breath, Pip declared, "I will find the moonstone flower, great oak. I promise to protect the crystal ball." With that, he scampered off into the forest, his tail twitching with determination. His journey would be long and perilous. But Pip knew the fate of the forest rested on his small shoulders. He was ready to face any danger. Section 6. Through the Enchanted Forest. Pip journeyed through the enchanted forest. He scurried over moss-covered logs and hopped across sparkling streams. He befriended a family of playful otters who helped him cross a rushing river. He even shared berries with a grumpy hedgehog who, despite his prickles, pointed Pip towards the whispering woods, the next step on his journey. Section 7. Facing the Darkness. The whispering woods were dark and scary. The trees grew close together, their branches tangled like gnarled fingers. The air hung heavy and still. Pip could feel eyes watching him from the shadows.
Who dares trespass in my domain?
Pip knew this must be the creature of darkness the great oak had warned him about. Section 8. The Light Restored. Pip stood his ground, his heart pounding in his chest. The forest around him was shrouded in an eerie darkness, the kind that seemed to swallow all hope, but Pip was determined. He knew that within his small hands, he held the key to restoring the light. He took a deep breath and held up a tiny acorn, its surface smooth and unassuming. Yet this was no ordinary acorn. It was imbued with the ancient magic of the forest, a magic that had been passed down through generations of guardians.
I am Pip, guardian of the crystal ball. His voice echoed through the trees, strong and unwavering. He had trained for this moment, learning the ways of the forest and the secrets of the ancient magic. I seek the moonstone flower to banish the darkness and protect the forest, Pip declared, his eyes shining with determination. The moonstone flower was a legendary bloom, said to possess the power to dispel even the deepest shadows.
The acorn in Pip's hand began to glow, a soft, warm light that seemed to push back the encroaching darkness. It was as if the acorn itself was responding to Pip's courage and resolve. It pulsed with the light of the crystal ball, a tiny beacon of hope against the darkness. The light grew stronger, illuminating the forest around Pip and revealing the path ahead. The creature of darkness recoiled from the light, its power diminishing. It hissed and shrank back, unable to withstand the pure, radiant energy emanating from the acorn. The shadows retreated, and the moonstone flower, bathed in moonlight, bloomed at Pip's feet. Its petals unfurled, releasing a fragrance that filled the air with a sense of peace and renewal. Pip knew that the battle was not yet over, but this victory was a crucial step towards restoring the balance and harmony of the forest. Section 9. A Guardian's Promise. In the heart of the enchanted forest where magic thrived and nature flourished, lived a tiny but brave squirrel named Pip. Pip was no ordinary squirrel. He was the guardian of the moonstone flower, a mystical bloom that held the power to keep the forest in harmony. Every creature in the forest knew of Pip's courage and dedication, and they looked up to him with admiration and respect. Pip returned to the grove, the moonstone flower glowing brightly in his grasp. The flower's luminescence was not just a beacon of light, but a symbol of hope and renewal. As Pip approached the heart of the grove, the other animals watched in awe, their eyes reflecting the flower's radiant glow. They knew that with the moonstone flower restored, their home would once again be a sanctuary of peace and magic. Its light banished the remaining shadows, returning the forest to its former peace. The dark, twisted vines that had once threatened to choke the life out of the forest retreated, replaced by vibrant greenery and blooming flowers. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blossoms and the melodious songs of birds, signaling the return of harmony. The forest, once shrouded in darkness, now basked in the warm, comforting light of the moonstone flower. The grateful creatures of the forest cheered for their tiny guardian. They gathered around Pip, their voices rising in a chorus of joy and gratitude. The rabbits thumped their feet in applause, the birds chirped melodious tunes, and even the usually shy deer stepped forward to offer their thanks. Pip, though small in stature, stood tall with pride, knowing that his efforts had saved their beloved home.
Pip knew his job as guardian was never done. He understood that the forest's magic was delicate and needed constant protection. With a determined glint in his eye, he vowed to remain vigilant, always ready to defend the forest from any threat. His heart swelled with a sense of duty and purpose, knowing that he was the forest's first line of defense. He would always protect the forest and its magic. Pip's commitment to his role as guardian was unwavering. He patrolled the forest daily, ensuring that the magical balance was maintained. The other animals often joined him, inspired by his dedication and bravery. Together they formed a united front, ready to face any challenge that came their way. The forest, under Pip's watchful eye, flourished and thrived, its magic growing stronger with each passing day.
The crystal ball, bathed in the soft light of the moonstone flower, whispered its thanks to the bravest squirrel the forest had ever known. The gentle glow of the crystal ball illuminated the grove, casting a serene light over the enchanted landscape. It was a silent acknowledgement of Pip's heroism and a promise that the magic of the forest would endure. As the night fell, the forest creatures settled into a peaceful slumber, comforted by the knowledge that their guardian was always watching over them.